Alright, we're going to start making shades, hues, and tints. So you already know what these are, and they're important that you know how to make them, because when you do, you can pretty much make any color that you want in the whole color spectrum. So you already know how to make those hues, but now you can make things like pinks and skin tones, etc. So I'm going to start with my hue. That's just kind of the best place to start, because it's that pure color that looks straight like it's from the color wheel. So I can take my hue and paint it in that middle hue section. Okay, so now I want to create my first tint. So this is going to be just the next step. It's going to be a little lighter. I can come over here, wash my brush, really well, bring over some white, not too much, because remember there's going to be one lighter than this, so I don't want it to be too light. I just want it to be the next step lighter, so that we can create that nice smooth gradation. Bring some blue over and mix it really well. You can already see that when I'm making this tint, just with a little white, it becomes lighter. So now I can bring this over. Maybe I'll add a little more white in here. Bring this over and paint it in this next box. Now I can bring even more white over, clean off my brush so I don't contaminate the white, and bring more over into that first tint to make it even lighter. I'm not wasting paint, but I'm not afraid to bring over quite a bit of paint because I'll use it. Just bring over what I know I'll use. And then I paint my lightest in that next box, tint 2. I could do this on and on and on until I got to pure white. Okay, so now I have my hue, tint 1 and tint 2, getting lighter and lighter as I go. And I could get even lighter, but just by continuing to add more white. So now I'm going to come over here, clean my brush off, and I'm going to make my first shade. So I'm going to bring over a little black into this area over here. It doesn't take a lot of black to make it a lot darker. So I just need a little bit. And then I bring over some of that blue and mix it together. You can already see that it's getting darker. Maybe I need a little more black. And I can paint this in my first shade 1. And then I can go back and make it even darker for shade 2 just by adding even more black to that first shade. And now I have a smooth gradation from dark to light. If you feel like experimenting a little bit, you can leave it like this, but if you feel like experimenting, taking kind of a risk and just trying it, you can dry off your brush really well, make sure it's very clean and dry, and you can come and draw little X's with your brush and smooth where those lines are. So everywhere they touch, I can use that little X motion to blend those colors together and blend it into each other. You can just try it if you want. Make sure your brush is dry and clean, and then you can, remember, with little X's, the paint still kind of has to be wet to do this. And it'll start to blend together. That's a cool technique that you can try if you have time and your color wheel is finished. So there you have it. Nice gradation from dark to light using shades, hues, and tints.